Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and we're here doing our first video. Well, I've uploaded a couple videos so far for this, but this is our first quick look for Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, which is technically a relaunch of Final Fantasy XIV, which is historically known as Square Enix's biggest failure. Me and Marco are here. Marco is already in the game. Let's see if I can get in now. After multiple, can't even tell you, multiple errors and server outages, I finally can get in. This character actually was during beta test phase 4. During phase 3, I got my character up to 20, level 20, and after I found out it wasn't gonna cross over, I stopped. Only played enough to just make sure that my character was created and on the server that I want to be on. And I'm a Thorough Mage, or Martarouge, I don't know how to say that. I keep calling him a Thorough Mage. Basically, it should be called Mage. That's what it comes down to. And Marco's playing as a warrior class. 67 players in the queue, so I guess I'll talk while you're there.
I had exactly one when I joined.
Which was like, what, 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, and I joined like in less than 10 seconds.
Yeah. So if you're getting errors getting in, you shouldn't really be surprised at this point. Square Enix has really fumbled this launch. This is the early access, so we're not even talking about the official release, which is on the 27th, which is Tuesday, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like I'm getting in. So expect on Tuesday this server to go down again. In fact, a matter of fact, from what I can understand, the Japanese servers have taken priority and have not gone down or have not had that many issues. North America's gone down a number of times. We tried doing this at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, our time. And couldn't get in, nothing. So I know you might say, well, every MMO launch is a bit of a mess, and that's true. That's always been the case, but the communication has been very poor with Square Enix so far, in my opinion. And if you disagree with that, that's fine. You can put that in the comments. So my character is actually where I left him. That's nice. I'm not in your party, am I?
No, not right now.
Okay, so social. There you are. Did you get my invite?
Yep.
Alright, cool. I'm already outside. You want to meet me where I'm at? I'll wait here for you, because we got to go down here for one of the quests anyway.
Where are you exactly?
Oh, hold on. Map.
Western.
I still haven't figured this out. Oh, here we go. Gate of Cilantro, Steps of Nulled. Steps of Nulled. So that's one of my first complaints right out of the gate. Severely dislike the map. I have a number of complaints. I think the thing we need to get out of the way right away is that this game is, for all intents and purposes, a mixture of World of Warcraft and Guild Wars 2. It has the best and worst features of both. I really enjoyed the beta in Phase 3, and I wish that character could have came over. I will also admit that I don't care about the story, and in this video, I'm really not gonna focus on going through all the reading parts, because I doubt it's changed very much, and I think you can agree with me, Marco. I think Old Republic spoiled us.
Yeah, in several ways.
Yeah, I don't understand why this game doesn't have voice acting, and not for every NPC. I completely understand that, but for the main parts, like the redhead in the, don't know her name, the redhead in the tavern that you talk to, why isn't she voice acted? I don't get it. It's a very backwards way of doing this. This is not a review, though. I mean, haven't played enough of it, even in the beta, to completely speak in that way. But still, I don't know. Anyway, Anyway, just waiting for Marco to get here. So I'm a mage. I always like being the old man in these games. If you looked at my Saints Row video, I actually set his slider up to 100 years old. Fire magic with my mage so far is more powerful. If you weren't part of the beta, well, no. Actually, this mission right here, I gotta wait for Marco to get to me, will help. You also can't ride the riding chocobos until level 10, which is annoying. Reviving people doesn't happen until later, the way I understand it. I've yet to have that happen, even in the beta when I was level 20. I know it's a lot of me complaining, but I need to get the stuff out of the way before we get into it. Combat wise, it's pretty good once you get in the rhythm, especially when you get into these events. You'll see them on the map, although I don't think there's any going on nearby right now. No. So there's these events. You'll see them pop up, and basically, it entails a random boss fight where someone will start the event, and then basically everybody in the world comes and knocks the shit out of it. That's what it comes down to. So you got everyone in the local area, no matter what level they are, too low or too high, hitting on this boss or bosses, or in some situations you have to collect a certain number of something and take it to an NPC. The most annoying little quests, you can't see me do air quotes, is when you have to emote to a NPC. It's like, that character's not happy, go smile at him, and then you go emote smile, and then he'll go, oh, you'll say it's role-playing. Well, that's, role-playing. I'm a mage, I just want to blow shit up with fire magic, an Ultima eventually. In fact, you see two of them on your map, Marco. Maybe they just pop. Oh, there we go. So there's an event behind us.
So where exactly are you on this map? 'Cause I don't see you on this map. I really dislike the map.
Yeah, the map is terrible. The map is terrible. Go to Hammerley. There's an event going on. That's where I'm headed. One thing they did get right is they automatically gives you... It's called a fate. Sorry, it just came up, so it tells me. The one thing they did get right is you automatically get sprint, which in older MMOs was always super annoying. That, you couldn't... In fact, I'll label you right now once I kill this thing. That's another thing. It's really... Yay, leveled up. It's really difficult to... You're not near me, I don't think.
You're in Western Finland.
Still can't put points on anything, really. Yeah, you're not within the vicinity. Yeah, these little sign things, I put them on our heads so we can tell where we're at, because there's no way to really easily differentiate who's who. Sometimes, especially in the early game, because everybody's using the same armor, or really close, and Marco's still in the city. I guess I'll kill some stuff for the sake of Marco taking his damn time, because he likes to take his time. So, another thing I don't like, which doesn't help, is the different classes. For example, Tim is going to be a summoner, I think that's what he wanted to be. But the problem with that is his class starts in a different part of the game world. Now, I can understand different parts of the game world by, let's say, species. So if you were an elf, I can imagine going to a different area as an elf. But because he's a different class, he's in a different part of the world, and you can't get there until you're level 15 to 20, which kind of kills the purpose of partying until later. You know, in his situation, Marco, thankfully for me and Marco, which is kind of weird, his class that he selected, that he wanted, and my class, I'm always a mage of some sort. They both started off in the same city, but Tim's kind of SOL until he hits level 15, or if we over level and meet him, which is actually probably what's going to end up happening.
Alright, I'm in the right area now. Forever, but...
Yep. So for the mage, I should just explain these little orbs. They give like a damage boost, and you get this when you get a little, like level 4, you get this ability called Transpose, which changes the element of it, so you can keep the combo going. So now I'm fire, and I'm hitting with fire. You know. Another nice thing, at least I will say, is you still get XP for helping other people. So there's always a incentive to help people. You may not get the same amount of XP, but you're gonna get something. We are on the PC version. Should just make mention. I think that should be clear based on how good it looks. I've seen some video of the PS3 version, and obviously Sony fans here, but that game suffers, or this game suffers on the console. But you know, if that's your only alternative, it's definitely the way to go. And I'm like watching the recording while I'm going. Are you nearby, Marco?
Yep.
Oh, you're nearby. Alright, so there's Marco. I'm going to put a sign on him so I know who he is. Only problem is that fades if he gets too far away, which is annoying as well. Alright, let's go over here, Marco. Follow me, because we got a quest over here. I know we both do. Pretty sure you do. Alright, so we gotta do this. There's gonna be an annoying bird, if I remember right. What do we do here again? Oh yeah, dried fish. Any second now. Alright, get ready. What a dick. Originally it was going to be a white mage, but since Marco's due in a warrior class like we usually do, he tanks and I heal. That's another situation where that starts off in a different part of the world, and you know, we're kind of SOL again. Let's go. Do you follow me?
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna go down to this area. I gotta turn in a quest here. This first video is gonna be kind of short by our usual Quicklook standards, because Marco's got to leave, but we're gonna do some more.
Oh, we can do some after.
Yeah, we're gonna do some after. I'm gonna upload this one as it is. The text does look sharper than the beta. I think the beta was a little harder to read, but as I've said, I don't know. I don't find myself caring about the story whatsoever. And you'd say, well, why are you playing an RPG? Well, you know, I felt the same way about WoW. I don't remember jack about WoW when I played it, and I was never a big WoW person. I mean, I played one character till what, 70, I think, and that was it. But when, you know, the Old Republic came out and you had these, you know, properly voiced sequences, like right now, it should probably be voiced, in my opinion. Nothing, you know. It just adds character to the game. Old Republic definitely did spoil us in that way. And hell, any modern RPG or action adventure or whatever. I mean, hell, all of Skyrim is voice acted, you know? And, you know, these MMOs, you know, they're going to be giant file size anyway. If it takes up 30, 40 gigs, oh well. I think this is another one of those emote things, if I remember right. Yeah, doubt. So this is another one of those ones where it's like, really? Don't want to type. Alright. And it's still more from a fetch quest perspective as well. I know there's a lot of I'm doing a lot of complaining here, but it's really annoying. Probably wouldn't feel as agitated if they had, you know, not botched the launch, and even then we're not even at the point of it actually being a proper launch. I mean, what do you think, Marco?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with what you're saying.
I know there's a
I do feel very spoiled, especially, you know, Old Republic being my first proper actual MMO that I ever played. This feels like a downgrade in many of the areas. Not necessarily in a bad way, but I don't find myself caring for the story. That's personal, you know, preference.
Yep.
And I find that all the text does add to the fact that I don't care about the story.
Yeah, I don't mind reading, but some of this stuff is kind of...
My biggest complaint is the issue with navigating in the map. The map needs a very big overhaul. Or it needs to very clearly tell you where you need to go or where you are.
I'm just going around pointing my finger at dudes going, hey, you. Yeah, fuck you. And then they go, wow, I'm just living. It's just like, if you ask me, those kinds of things are unnecessary fluff. You know? I mean, I like XP as much as the next person, but, you know, I just want to get to combat. I just want to, you know, be a badass mage and, you know, destroy all of the, you know, the bad things. You know, I think, you know, it wouldn't need signs if they made your text, you know, for your, for you being on my party, like a bright green or something that could stand out. You know, it's really hard to see that. See, I got some XP for that. And I see you on the map as a dot, but you know.
Yeah, that's.
Even these little paperclip chains, I guess. They I don't know, they don't help. They help just barely enough.
Oh, you can lead the way.
Yeah, let me finish this dude out. Well, I thought I was gonna. Oh, he healed himself. Yeah, I don't mind helping people. Like I said, you get XP for that kind of stuff. We got some stuff on the map here. Oh, nearby. Press an M for map, because map is spelled with M. Oh, we gotta kill these, I don't know what these are. Oh yeah, we gotta get the Mega Knight. I also don't like that, you know, a lot of these shared quests, you know, like Marco has to do the same thing. It just doesn't automatically count that we're in the same party. And I can imagine, I can understand kind of for class-specific quests, but it's really annoying. Find another one. There's some more up here. I got 4. Did you get 4?
About to.
Okay. Yeah, the other thing that kind of annoys me also, especially for us, you know, as we like to record and share this stuff with you, Square Enix took the low route and kept people from being able to record the beta. And having played enough of the beta, I don't see anything here that's much different. If at all. So it kind of, you know, they're not allowing us to share any video and stuff, and that irks me because, yeah, probably would have helped some of, you know, people asking questions. It's not like they had the end game, you know, in the beta. They didn't even want people talking. I think at one point you could do screenshots, if I remember right. But you know, for a YouTube channel, you want to record it. I think the stuff. I think Mark will agree with me. The stuff we're most interested in is going to be the high-level dungeon stuff.
Yep.
That's really. It's not even so much for loot, although that's always a bonus. It's going to be mostly for more of a challenge. We used to like flashpoints in Old Republic until that became kind of old hat. And if you're disagreeing with anything we have to say, feel free to put in the comments. I don't mind that. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people who are going to say, you don't know what you're talking about.
You're not true.
Or complain that we're playing it, because even though we have these complaints. It's more disappointment, actually. Because, you know, these are things that could have been fixed. Things...
And hopefully will be fixed.
Yeah, I mean, it might...
I mean, the game still hasn't launched. I know it's going to launch unless...
There's a Fate nearby. XP, free XP. Fates, I remember in Phase 3, I got most of my levels from going to these Fates. In fact, I think they might have happened a little more often than they do now. See, I'm below the recommended level for this. So, my impact will not... If you do really well, you get a lot more XP for... well, doing well, basically. No, get out of the circle. Hey, that's a decent amount of XP right there for this level. Alright, let's go. I got greasing the cogs. Do you guys want to...
Yep, I have that one too.
Oh, okay, we gotta hand it over. Apparently you can play this game on the PC with a controller, though. I don't know why you would. Apparently a lot of people are having problems with that. Yay! Always like leveling up. Oh, Shortcast. This one's good for this, for my particular class, because you can get knocked around pretty bad and lose your spell, which means you're dead in the water. I got a quest down here for getting your bearings. Do you see that? Okay, let's do that. Level 8. So what I started at 5, right?
Yep.
When it came on, I think. Yeah, level 8. Once you hit 10, as with most MMOs, it slows down a bit. In fact, I might have things I can equip. I need to check once I turn this in. Yeah, the first 10 levels, let's say even 15 levels, a lot of damn fetch quests. And then you say, well, this is an MMO. It didn't have that much in, there's more variety in other ones. You got to do a lot of these if you want to get early armor and not cost you an arm and leg, because you don't get that much gold. One more level until I can use my staff that I bought.
There's a fade out here.
Oh, is there? Alright, I'm coming. See, your icon fades. I hate that. See, it moves a little bit and I lose my damn... That is annoying. So this is one of those examples where you take stuff to an NPC. So in this particular one, we kill a bunch of these sentient stones, and then at that point, we take it back to the guy and say, okay, well, here's these items. I guess that one nice thing about this I do like better than other MMOs, is kind of thoughtful, is, man, I'm getting hit pretty bad here. Is the fact that the item, I don't have to go and pick up loot, it automatically gives it to me. I do like that. I wish RPGs in general would do that. Don't have to loot corpses. It's fine for some small stuff, but man, it gets annoying quick. No, I don't want to attack him. In fact, I need to put the potion on the quick bar. What's going on, man? I prefer stabs also, even though I get a shield here, but since I'm really strictly DPS, I should be further away, which will probably later play a bigger role. But some of these can get kind of crazy. If you're in an area where there's a lot of, I don't know, maybe a bottleneck on levels, you'll have a lot more people in one particular instance of these things, and sometimes you can't even tell what the hell you're doing or where you're at, what your target is, which is fine as long as you're hitting things, I guess, and keep an eye on your health. Like right now, I'm getting hit a lot here. And just for the sake of the video, after I kill this last one, I'll go show what happens when I go to the guy. Apparently, he's still kind of low. And it's all about contribution. You want to contribute to these if you really want XP. If you don't contribute, this guy's like possessed. If you don't contribute, you're not going to get XP. In most cases, it's going to be just how much battle damage or how many things you kill based on your ranking. You'll get a little reward kind of thing. You get a lot of those situations where everyone's already hit it. And like in this situation, I know Marco's nearby, but I've lost him. I don't know what I'm targeting at the moment. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I'm out of MP, which is pretty common at this level. Yay! I got a core. See, right now my MP is back up, so I'm gonna go to fire, because right now fire is more powerful for my class. Marco's just hitting stuff with a little dagger.
Hey, here we give my little dagger a little.
He's so cute. Well, I'm gonna go turn these in before. You always hand over stuff. It's kind of, I don't know why it just doesn't take it. That's another. Why am I under attack? Yay! Okay, so we're almost done. There's also time. You can see on the right, it says the core's level 8, and then it says the time left. Although, and if we fail, which I don't remember that rarely happens. Although you'll sometimes go into a fate, and then you'll find yourself kind of stuck because no one else is coming. So there'll be like boss and then kick your ass. No one will be there, and I've had that happen once or twice. Turn it in, we can end this fate. Yeah, you got too many cores. How do you have too many cores? Okay, so that's new. That is definitely new, because in the beta 3, when he got all of it, it ended. I'm just gonna kill things now. Do that. There we go. That's a good amount of XP right there. Oh, there you go. Okay, you're going the opposite way. So that's one of the better parts. That right there, definitely. And I think we got about another 10 minutes, Marco. I think for this, we can still go.
Let's call it another 5 just in case.
Okay. Yeah, we'll turn this to get this baggage more fetching. I'm a glorified baggage boy. Hey. Ooh, new boots. These are little gold bronze pieces. You can sell them for gold, but if you can get the armor, get the armor. That's my suggestion. So we'll equip that. There's a chest for, you have an inventory and then you have an armory chest. An armory chest is separate. That's actually a nice idea. I do like that. So now I look like Sora. Oh, you got the same ones, huh?
Yeah.
You notice I can't, look at it, we're all the same. Well, I guess you kind of expect that at the beginning, but then again, the character creation is actually really limited, the number of faces you have. Marco, you have no pants on. That's disgusting.
I'm freeballing it.
So at this point, we need to go back to. I think we need to go back to town. But we're not high enough level to take the chocobo that automatically rides us there, which is annoying. Again, I wonder if somebody will do a count of how many times I've said annoying in this particular video.
Probably about 30.
So other videos after Marco gets back from his thing, the next video will probably be a bit longer, and we'll just blow through the next, let's say, 5 or 6 levels. In fact, the other thing I want to do, which I didn't get into in the beta, especially because I knew I wasn't going to go anywhere with it, is I want to get into the job system, so I can start making clothes for myself, and maybe make some pants for Marco. Are you sitting for a reason?
Yep, I say we should
call it there. Call it there.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll do that for now then. So yeah, this is the first quick look. Yes, I know that there's a lot of complaining, but I think we have some good reasons, and this stuff always can get patched. So when you watch this video and patch 5.9 or whatever comes out, and it's got a bunch of feature additions and fixes, please remember this is a launch, early launch day. If you're still having problems logging in, do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if you can't get in on Tuesday either, because I'm pretty sure we're all going to get screwed. So that's pretty typical for MMO launch. But I would love to have a better communication from Square. And I know they have a Twitter, but things. I mean, last night, for example, was terrible. There were rumors going on around that all the early access keys were given away and those sorts of things, even though me and Marco had keys already and we couldn't use them, and I can go on and on. It's been a very, very rough launch, and I expect Tuesday to be worse, but if we can still log in when Marco's available, and maybe Timmy, we'll do some longer videos, and I posted the intro and the initial login issues videos by this time, so yeah. Anyway, if you have any questions, please let me know. Please subscribe, and if you want to join us in our party, if you're in the same area, just send me a PM with your username, and we're on Pacific Coast time, so we'll do that. Another thing, just when you want to exit the game, it's mandatory to have a timer. So I don't like that. I want to leave. All right. Anyway, please subscribe and let us know what you think.